actually spread out a bit.
Alright, hello and welcome to Epic Interactions, where a couple guys and a couple girls get together, play some Dungeons and Dragons, have some fun, try and stay alive. As you can see, I do have Emerald on Skype this time. He's actually up in Tallahassee, right?
Yes, sir.
How long are you going to be there for?
Just this week.
Just this
I'll
week?
be, back next week.
Awesome, awesome. You see, we're starting early, just because I have a dinner later on tonight. Very nice dinner, so it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of steak, so I'm happy. I'm a happy man. Kayla will be arriving here shortly. She's in the building as we speak. And Lindsay will not be joining us, unfortunately. She is currently moving, so that'll be nice. I'm going to try and get you guys better here.
She's moving?
Yeah, she's moving. She's doing some moving.
No longer a part of the group.
So
she's moving?
Yeah.
On with her life.
Yeah, no, just moving location. So with that, we do take donations. Donations do half of them go to the stream, half of them go to military vets. We have ties to certain military vets actually here in the room, as well as family, friends, coworkers, and such. Next week we will be back on our regular time of 9 to 11. Just double checking it's not. Yep. So the 6th. We'll be back on a regular time, and then July 4th we will not be playing, just due to July 4th, unless otherwise spoken. So let's see. I think that's it. There's no major events happening that I know of. So with that, we'll go into what happened last week. Last week, the players ventured into the Glyph Forest, talking with one another, learning a little bit about Baltimore, Atreya, and Emerald's past, and why this Glyph Forest seems to be a center spot for things that are happened or have happened, and kind of went down memory lane with some touches and what's the word? Physical contact, that's the word I'm looking for, with certain ruins and remnants of this place. Different memories decided to come back and also allow you to see different things. In the time of remembrance, Rahoon decided to look through some places, grab some stuff, and walk off. Just due to some groups indecisions, I would guess conflict, just due to a couple episodes ago, as the major fighters of the group, Baltimore and Rahoon, kind of got into it and haven't been the same since.
Not going to tell you anymore. Go back, watch the episodes to find out what happened.
Yeah. So, with that, my wife is actually currently coming in. So, we're going to go ahead and get this round started.
Shift the camera slightly
Yeah, I can shift.
that way a little bit, because I'm like
Give us 1 second as we readjust.
a little more to right there. Good.
And then I'm going to readjust my camera. Technology.
There you go.
We have the God bless you.
Yeah, because I'm all the way on the end of the table and I was still getting it.
Oh, he left.
I'm up to visit my girlfriend
Sit by
this
you.
Darn it.
week. I'll be back next week.
Alright, so, hello. Hi, how are you? I haven't seen you since last night. You doing good? Alright, cool.
Come on, guys, D&D. Let's do this.
Yeah, so actually, let me get my music set up here. We ended last week where
I haven't seen you since the other day.
the forest erupted into what seems like sounds of the dark. Chains and screams. Sounds like as we will continue. Actually, I'm going to take it from where Cass is. Cass. So you went venturing into the forest. You already know the majority of this. Why? Because you had a feeling, you had a sense of some creature in need of help. As you were making your way through the Glide Forest, you decided that you wanted to figure out what was going on, and then since you got a little turned around. Not that you lost your way or lost sense of direction, but you just didn't really exactly know why things were changing around you. Corvus stuck to the trees above, however, with the trees being so high. So think about a tree almost like this. So it's very massive, and then it finally comes to the top, and then it connects, almost like intermingles with all of the other trees. For those that don't see at home, I actually have a replica of something currently, which you might or might not see later. It intertwines with all of the trees. So, that being said, as you went to move forward, you kind of had this feeling that you were being hunted. You tried to figure things around as you got deeper and deeper into this forest, and then eventually the night or the forest erupts with the sounds of chaos. As you're trying to make your way, I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Can I roll for stealth?
Yeah, absolutely. And then charisma saving throw.
Yeah, get those natural ones out of the way.
Yeah, that's
Holy moly.
What'd you get?
Plus 11, so that's like
30.
30?
Holy moly.
You
Yeah.
start, even though there's not much brush on the ground, you are moving from tree to tree, trying to just keep whatever seems to be stalking you at a distance.
I know I'm not there. Is she still blind?
Nope.
No.
Do the sounds sound like they're coming from like
All
ground
around you.
level, or do they sound like coming from the tree?
A good question.
I guess the majority.
The majority of the sounds
I'm
is on the ground. However, you do hear sounds that are elevated.
I'm wondering if somebody that climbs trees. Do I get a sense that it'd be
The one
stealth?
that seems to be stalking you seems to be a variety of guttural sounds as well as minor hoots and screeches
From the ground.
from the ground.
Okay.
And you hear
So-
like different thuds, like.
Is Corvus still with me?
He is, but he's up in the tree, and he hasn't seemed to.
That's fine. What did you need me to roll?
I need you to roll a Constitution or a Charisma saving throw.
What do I do? I just roll this, right?
Yep.
Which one is that? Oh, nothing. So 9.
9. So you currently become frightened.
What does that mean? My rolls are disadvantaged?
No, it just means that you currently are like in a frantic hurry, so you are running.
Okay. Can I like want to pull out a rope?
Okay.
And can I want to like take Corvus' attention, like to get him to wrap it over, like to come down and grab it.
Do you have an endless rope?
No, I don't freaking have an endless rope.
Okay, so just by your vision, it is way more than 100 feet up.
Yeah, he's still at it.
Sagar never came back to me. Well,
Sorry. And we kind of can't be like, well, she wasn't here to save. She took her back on it.
did you say like way more than 100 feet?
Way more.
Like 101.
Alright, so, yeah. So, you begin running through the forest, trying to stay stealthy as you're moving through, as you can hear what seems to be this gain on you. And eventually you turn the corner and your hand touches what seems to be stone. You look, and then it seems like there's like an archway and a stone, almost kind of like what you're seeing right here.
Okay.
As you kind of come around the turn, you notice that there seems to be one massive tree, way bigger than all the rest. But you notice that the bark is black. you notice that it's almost pitch black, and it has like almost stains and slits all on the side of it. And it seems like there's something seems to be secreting from this tree. The more and more you look at it, go ahead and make a perception check.
I can do that. 20. Not
20?
natural.
The more and more you look at it, there is crevices almost that gives this tree almost a humanoid figure, but you can't quite make it out. As you come through, you do see what seems to be some walls that have been desecrated and tumbled around. You also notice that there seems to be some orcs with armor that are completely stone, almost as if they were petrified. As you do that, you begin to hear another clicking sound, almost or hoots. It almost cracks as if like your bone was being cracked and pulled out of its socket. Coming from this way, you actually see as two spectral-like entities begin to just start floating, specifically in your direction. And that's where we'll end there for you. Is there anything you'd like to do before I move?
I wanted to climb a tree, but I can't do that.
You could very well try.
I'm going to, like, how wide is the street? Is there a smaller one by it?
It's about 35 feet wide.
Or more? Is there a smaller one nearby?
You can like come over here, but it's still probably about 10, 15 feet wide.
Well,
It's not up, BJ.
Okay.
Thank you though.
okay, I'm good.
Okay. So that's where we'll enter into you, Rahun, as you come into what seems to be a small clearing. And this is where I'll come right over here. Booyah. So, for people watching at home, so you have the two spectrals that are right over here. These are the petrified stone-like entities with some rubble. You have Cass and then Rahun. Actually, she's right here. So you come into this scene as you see everything I just described. You see this horrible looking tree. But you definitely look at it and you're like, if I was to place a guess on it, this is it. Yeah. And you see the two ghosts. You've actually encountered ghosts before.
Hey, yeah.
And then you see Cass coming off to your right. And then behind Cass, coming through, you see what seems to be an owl bear. But not just any owl bear. It looks to be zombified. You see bones cracked out as it's walking on hind legs.
Do I see?
As it just kind of comes. Cass doesn't see it, but
Do
you see
you?
it.
I see her
It's
though, right?
behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cat. I stealth immediately.
You would see her with a
Activate my-
Sure, I
stealth.
do want initiative though. Oh yeah, I'm
not
sorry.
in
Yeah.
We're not in combat though.
No, but she is technically in stealth. So yeah, go ahead and roll perception. Sorry, my fault. I forgot about that.
Natural 20.
Yeah, so you see her. Yeah, sounds good. So I want everybody to roll initiative. Not that it's a fight, but
Including me and Emerald.
Go ahead.
I have this, right? And that's what I know this paper's different and changed.
20 to 25.
21.
22.
Okay. What is it? 20 to 25? 15 to 20. 10 and 15.
13.
13.
11.
11. And because you rolled like shit. Now there goes last.
Woo!
Now, so Rahun, go ahead.
Okay,
The other undead.
I will go into stealth.
Uh-huh.
Is the owlbear undead?
Correct.
Okay.
That is a 17
Okay.
on stealth. I activate one of my boots. I activate my boots.
Mm-hmm.
How far away am I from Cass? Because I can't really see her from the side.
5, 10, 15, 20, about 20 feet.
20 feet? Awesome. I dash over to her. Not actually using dash, but I use...
I assume you're taking the longer way over here.
Yeah, so I'll take the longer way to make sure I am not seen.
Sure.
I'll get up to her and I'll be like, Cass, where'd you go? Over there. Shh.
Speak up.
Okay. So we're whispering.
Whispering, yeah.
But
Rome, where'd you come from?
over there.
What are you doing here? Why are you whispering?
And I just point over to the owl bear.
So, as you look back, you begin to see as like the feather claw just kind of come. And it seems to be
What
just
are you doing here?
moving in that area.
Why are you here by yourself? Shut up. Let's go. The rest of the group is back here. That's Emerald's tree, by the way.
Emerald's tree?
We'll catch you up. This way. To the rest of the group. Okay, and then I guess she can't really move unless...
Well, I mean, I assume you peel off this way.
Yeah, to the rest of the group.
And then, Cass, you're up next.
Yeah, I follow.
That could not have gone any smoother.
That went kind of stupid, actually.
Because you wanted them to get opportunities of attack.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Emerald, you show up as Rahun and Cass.
Emerald!
You just kind of trot.
Emerald! Your tree's over there!
So I notice this giant tree?
Yep.
Okay. And do I get any type of like sense like, yep, this is it. This is the one.
Yeah, but you get a really bad feeling.
Oh, great.
And for the first time, actually, you see this as your owl feathers begin to almost lift up as it has air underneath. But you don't feel any air.
They begin to lift up. Okay. Huh. Alright. Well, do I see Rahun and now Cass?
Uh-huh.
Alright, I'm gonna go join them.
Alright. So you join them. Baltimore, you're with Treya, correct?
Yeah, we're on the horse.
So you guys become trotting up as you begin to see, you all see as the owl bear seems to be kind of coming through that area, and he just looks and he almost like makes eye contact with each of you, but has now come to a halt.
So we see them, like we come.
Yeah. Everybody is currently together, but you guys do see as you arrive, you see the like what kind of pulls through the trees, an owlbear, the zombified owlbear, still on all fours, and it's just kind of like.
I cast Pass Without Trace.
Sure.
Are we in for reaction?
Correct. As of right now.
Perception check to see if the owl bear is blind.
Sure. I'll say investigation check. 8. You kind of look, but he keeps moving his head to get visual.
What about the other spectrals that I saw? Have they stopped as well?
I'm going off the investigation at 8. I'm gonna say you don't see them currently.
I'm gonna hop off Siegfried,
Okay.
and when I see Cass, I look at Emerald and I say, Emerald, if this is your tree, we need to rest before doing anything about this. In Elvish.
Rest.
What?
What do you mean rest? Why?
Because I don't, in Elvish, I don't have a lot of spells, and I'm low on health. So if you want, if this comes to a fight, I don't know how much I can help you. So I'm saying we need to rest.
Okay.
On a shift.
So as you guys are talking, are you whispering?
I guess so, because we'd be next to each other. When
I mean, this owlbear is only like 20 feet out.
Yeah, but doesn't does pass about trees count? No.
You'd have to make a
How
new
does that make
step.
us farther? Does it?
No. Boots of tracelessness, mate.
You don't know anything about that.
I know.
So don't bring it back up.
Okay, sounds good. I shift over to. I'll shift over in front of. Yes.
Okay.
So when
BJ's got that Walmart internet.
when I see
Yeah. Well, no,
Oh,
he's like
just
he's
keep
like
skipping?
he's like slow. He's like.
Keep skipping. Yeah.
So how about Siegfried? And I kind of like after I say that to Emerald, I just kind of motion over to Cass. To like hop on the, I say in Elvish to you to that hop on the horse because it's so that you and Atreya can get out of here. Like if this comes to a fight, I can't help very much.
All right. I want to be able to
Need
hear
your
what
rest.
what BJ says because.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you talk?
Yeah, I'm like, it's just really slow for some reason. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well then, talk, because I want to be able to hear you. I want to be able to know that you're still there. However,
Yeah,
so
I'm.
as you say that, all of you do hear as there seems to be a loud, as it's like right in this area.
So now there's also a cat in addition to this giant owlbear.
I pull out.
As
my,
you see the owlbear immediately just, and he just comes over here.
Oh, I shoot the thing.
You shoot the owlbear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet.
I try
Are you
to.
at least on top of
Wasn't my
Siegfried?
fault.
Did you get on Siegfried? Did you get on the horse?
No.
Nope. All right, she says no. And we'll pick it up with Cass as she takes a shot. Go ahead.
But
What you got?
1 second. I was just trying to think about what would go into this. If this count as a sneak attack.
Possibly. I'll say for the current circumstances, yes.
So Cass is shooting at the owlbear.
Correct.
Alright. But the noise, did it come from a cat or did it come from a different direction or the
Definitely
owlbear?
sounded like a feline coming from your left-hand side.
Okay, perfect.
As soon as well, no. Are we still in free action right now, or are we going to initiative? at this
We
point?
went to initiative. We picked up with Cass.
Is this game? No. Okay.
Yeah, that's your attack. So
21.
21 hits.
Okay.
God, this is some creepy weird music, man.
Is this a D10?
I feel like I'm in like some like torture chamber in an old castle.
What?
That
This
was
is
a
music?
sexist one, not changing.
I thought this was like a meeting call or something.
All the people.
What? You don't do that? That's right.
Yeah, right?
But it can be considered flanked or no?
No.
Okay. So 15.
15? Alright, so it takes 15 points of
There's
damage.
a cat. Wouldn't it be flanked? There's a cat.
Cool. You don't even see it.
Because it was, this is my damage for just shooting, and then I got an extra 1d6 for sneak
doesn't it automatically crit?
What? Where's that?
Does it deal double damage?
Oh, they're on deck. Cool.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Is there a reason I got
Assassinate.
skipped?
What?
Is there a reason
I'm
I
still
got
doing this.
skipped?
Because you moved over here, and essentially you held your action, and then
Yep.
she shot the fire.
It's a crit.
So I just picked up the action where she was at. Does that make sense?
But doesn't she have
Was I in
25?
range when
So
the
how do I
owlbear
end
ran?
up in? I don't
Nah.
have the dice.
He bolted.
double the
He
dice.
bolted like off to the right because that's what he
Yeah.
heard.
So,
So what we got?
14.
Is it just double the damage?
22.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not double everything because the 8's not double.
Yeah, that's no problem.
What's your second time?
Yeah.
Sure.
This time I'm gonna be smart and not Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
And now they're shooting.
Sure.
24, but so if it's assassinate because he hasn't attacked yet, so it's automatic
You don't get the crit. Oh yeah, you do get it. Yep. But
because he has not attacked
Yep.
yet. So getting these. 30.
30.
No, plus Hunter's Mark. 32.
Gotcha. All right. So yeah, sneak attack is double.
Wait, does it?
That's what makes the
all
rogue so
dice-
filthy
Yeah.
dangerous.
All the dice will double,
All right.
right?
So you release.
Okay.
As you see, one of the arrows just kind of go like in his bones, like into his side, and then the other one just kind of sticks into his hide. And that's where that goes. As they're gonna do that.
Do I have to cast Pass without Trace again? Since I broke.
It lasts for 10 minutes.
Wait, did I like break it? Or
Well,
something?
you would break it with this is a concentration spell, so 100 marks would break it.
Correct. Yep.
So then pass.
If you do that, you're gonna break your 100's mark.
Well, as far as that goes, she's already rolled damage on it. It's already triggered.
No, she's talking about for like her bonus action.
I don't think pass without trace is a bonus action. So I
It's
think
not.
it's already done. So no, there you go.
Alright.
So you shot. And now they're gonna go. They did that. Emerald, what are you doing, bud?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Confusion on the owlbear.
Comes on again. You're casting confusion on the owlbear.
Correct. Yeah.
Cool. So you go to cast, and one of the feathers comes up and literally blocks your field of vision. As you see that it almost stops you from making the cast altogether.
Huh. So did I use that spell slot?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Great.
However, the owlbear is not his turn yet. Sorry. Is there anything else you're doing?
Can I make I don't know if it's a history check or what, but I want to see if this is the same owlbear from before I was born. Because I have a feeling it is.
You would not be able to know if it was before you were born.
Okay. Alright, I guess I'm just going to try to move in a direction where if I needed to cast a range spell, I wouldn't hit any of the other three.
Okay.
So, however you want to manage that.
Sounds good. I did it.
Okay.
Baltimore, you're up.
How far are we from this owlbear?
45.
Can I also say I can't cast spells to the group? Just tell them hey, for whatever reason I'm prohibited from casting spells.
Yeah, you can do that. I'll allow it.
Cool. So I just say that in my turn.
So I'll just move 30 as close as I can get towards the owlbear.
Yeah.
I'll cast Beacon of Hope.
Sure.
Beacon of Hope, and then I'll cast Healing Word on myself.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll just cast it on myself. Healing Word.
Sounds good.
That's it.
Now it's the owlbear as he turns in your direction. Now Baltimore and Emerald, you guys are close enough. Or I want both of you to make investigation checks. Sorry,
Okay.
because Rahun was closer and I made him make the investigation check, so it's only fair that I give you
What
guys
is it? What?
investigation, please.
18.
Investigation.
It is blind.
Yeah.
16.
16.
18.
18. You both see as the owlbird turns, you see its eye sockets are completely empty. Seems to be no vision on this owlbear, the zombified owlbear. But however, when it looks in your direction, Emerald, it almost takes a step back, and then it kind of leans its head forward as if to like try and figure out what's going on. And then he goes 5, 10, 15, 20. He comes up right up to Emerald, right on his side, and then he gives a deep bow to Emerald.
What? So I look down at the feathers and I look at this out there.
And
I'm-
it gets super passive to you. He begins to like hoot, like almost as if to like calling you to almost touch his head,
And I'm gonna touch his head.
and he enjoys it.
Huh. So I kind of look at the rest of them like, well, it seems like this owlbear knows me. And it seemed to be a threat. But then I still, like, knowing that there was a giant purr to the left, I kind of, like, I don't know, I get the sense still of unease.
Yep, definitely. And then as you guys pull forward,
Yeah.
you begin to see as coming through the trees, a spectral shape, as you guys know them to be ghosts. You guys have encountered them once before. However, you do see a deep, massive, black, purplish panther as it just kind of just comes around. And it almost comes around the corner, and right before it goes to like look at you, you just notice it just, and then it just goes into a purple mist, and then it just comes right over here.
Right over where?
Off to your right, Rahun, it just poofs right over here, and you're like,
Oh, I'm not. I'm like, ooh, fun.
and
So,
that's where we'll begin with the top of the round.
Okay, alright, cool.
Wait.
Before it moves, did I get an action at all, or no?
No, that was already in order. So now we're back at the top of the round with Rahun.
Okay. Undid owlbear. Who would have thought?
Does the creature next to me look threatening? It hasn't attacked me.
It definitely looks aggressive.
Who's behind me?
Cass.
She's still focused on the bear, right? The owl bear?
Sorry, I'm still
yes.
trying to figure out my new abilities.
Which one?
What'd you say? Just my rogue ones.
Oh, okay.
What does this creature next to me look like?
A really big panther. A really big cat.
Just a really big cat, that's it? It just looks like a really big
That
cat.
looks aggressive. Yeah.
That looks
It just
aggressive.
poofed in front of you.
That's it then.
Yeah, what else are you looking for?
I'm trying to figure out what would seem more threatening to Rahun. A zombie owl bear or just a cat that just pooped?
I don't know. Or a ghost off to your left. Who knows?
Can
I
you?
think the
Can
owl
you?
bear would be the biggest thing for me. So I honestly just a zombified owl bear.
Okay, so what are you going to do?
Around
I'm submissive.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
15.
You have 40, right?
45.
Yeah, so you get right up in front of Emerald. Emerald, you see him as he's coming to attack it.
Well,
No, hey, wait,
My rogue.
Rahun, halt! No.
I I'll flank it. I look at and I want to look at Emerald first before I do anything.
Okay.
So.
Say I like with one hand towards Rahun and the other hand on the owlbear. I said, Rahun, this owlbear is not a threat. That panther is the threat.
I hold action for the attacks Emerald.
Sure. Hold action. Cass, you're up.
So,
Oh, actually, I need you to roll a d4, please.
two.
Okay. What do you do?
So the panther's like behind me, and there's nothing else between me and the panther in this group.
Goes right now, goes. It doesn't look like his focus was on you. It looks like it was on Emerald or Rahun, and so he's like focused over here.
Crap, so he's gonna attack right now.
Oh, he looks aggressive.
It's me.
First time sink.
Change my hunter star to the panther
Okay.
and hold action
And hold action. What's the trigger?
for it moves to attack.
Okay. Now it's their turn. As you see, as this individual, this ghost, comes up to you, you see as he just kind of gets a little closer. He says, "Yeah, it looks humanoid in some way, shape, or form. Like a stupid journey. I passed it. What the heck?" Oh, here we go. Got it. This lady almost looks to have like a locket in one hand, a lantern in the other, as she just kind of, and she's gonna go for a possession. So I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
What's Treya doing?
She hasn't done anything yet. She's in this initiative, but as far as right now goes, she's still there. 10? DC on that was 13. So yeah. So you're now possessed.
Oh God.
What does that mean?
That means you don't have control of your body.
Yeah, essentially.
Do I like crumble on the floor? Or
Nope.
am I just kind of standing there like.
Now you try to kill us and we try to kill you.
Essentially, that's how that goes. However, Emerald is gonna go next.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to, like, knowing that I can touch this owlbear.
Nope.
Wait, what did she say?
Not even like a little man.
You have no control of your body. Exactly. That's what's coming out right now.
I'm gonna try to mount this owlbear and use it as my battle beast.
Animal handling check, please.
Okay.
S. S means
19.
Somatic.
Somatic.
What was that?
19.
19?
Yeah.
So you begin to mount this owlbear as it begins to allow you. Rahun, your trigger, you can figure it out if you want to, but you see as Emerald goes to get on top, and the owlbear begins to let him on the back.
I went for if it attacked.
I'm just making sure if you,
Yeah,
if
if
you
it
wanted,
attacked
because you were
Emerald.
talking. I didn't know if you wanted to
No,
have
no,
a
yeah,
trigger or
if-
something. So
If it attacked,
so you get on as you're able
to.
to dig yourself in as you have one hand on the spine and one hand what looks to be on the outer rib of this owlbear.
I think it. Yeah, I'm gonna cast. So that was my action, correct?
Yeah.
Was that my movement?
I'll say that's your action because it takes some time to get on there.
Okay. All right. Well, I was just gonna use my movement then to like head towards the panther as an attack, but I can't do that. So.
On the owlbear's turn, you can. You can.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
I guess I'll try to communicate with it, but if not, I'll just use speak with animals next round and try to talk with it.
Okay. Both of them are up.
So do I see Cass get possessed?
Yes. You've seen this before, so yeah, you know.
May I make a perception check with disadvantage to see if I notice
I would
it?
say you'd see it. I mean, you
Oh, I
guys
saw
would
it.
be aware of the, you know.
So
Possibly.
I have a question.
Danger sense.
Being possessed is not the same as like being charmed, right?
Correct.
So, keeping my weapon sheathed, swords or my shields on my back, I'm going to run up behind Cass and try to.
She's looking this way.
I'm gonna try to just like grab
I'm
her behind her.
looking at
Sleeper holder.
Yeah.
All right.
She ain't joking, no? Can't just like.
Make an attack. Just make an attack with strength. Or actually, go dexterity because you want to get into that. That hole and go against her DC.
10.
I think her DC is higher than
Yeah.
that. So, so you go in as he just kind of shakes you off, or yeah, he, she, it.
So can I War Priest and as a bonus action try to do it again?
I'll allow it. Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Nice.
Same thing with dexterity.
Yep.
4.
Nope. Okay.
All this bulky armor.
Yeah. Then it like kind of chinks up. You're like, why now? Why now? And is that gonna be it?
Yeah.
All right. Now for the owlbear. How are you exactly triggering him?
I was gonna use speak with animals, but I guess I can try to. Is there something that I could like, I don't know, use or touch, or like maybe the 3 feathers or the 4 feathers that I have, like use those as some type of command to.
Well, how are you gonna use them? That's what I'm asking.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna hold them, and I'm gonna like one hand on the feathers and one hand on the owlbear, and I'm just gonna speak to the feathers, and just be like, attack the panther, I guess.
Yeah, that'll work.
All right, cool. Do I need to roll anything? Or?
However, he's gonna have to dash there,
Okay.
so he won't be able to attack, but he's there. Now it's Atreya, as Atreya is gonna let loose 2 bolts at the panther. That's a 12 and 11 with her dexterity. That does not hit the panther. As she releases, and as you see, it just kind of just skips off and just doesn't really hit. One goes into a tree. And Atreya's like, what do we do about Cass? And then it's going to be the panther's turn. As I am going to roll both of these since I control both of them. Does not happen. And he is going to attack the owlbear.
I think surprise there.
Okay, that does not hit, I don't think. Nope. Okay, so the panther misses.
Oh, wait.
And now it is Rahun's turn. Did you want an opportunity attack on that owlbear?
Yes, please.
No, not you.
Oh, okay.
Not after I see Emerald.
He's
Clearly
literally like
lost.
riding it out. He's
Yeah,
like,
I would be more of like. I want an investigation check real quick as my free action. The statues and what.
Okay,
what
so you
here
go
could
over to the statues.
I want to just use visual perception.
I will say because you're in the over here, you're still in that tree area. I would say that.
Boots of haste last 1 minute or 10 minutes.
1 minute. I would say you see this one. You don't really see that one.
How many rounds was it that would you say for that little shindig? I just want to know if my boots of haste was.
Oh, it's only been like 3 rounds. You're solid.
Okay, so my boots of haste are still good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Then what I'll do then, since I have double movement, that means I have essentially like 90 feet. I'm gonna move up, get a quick glance without having.
As you go there, you see as what looks to be something you've seen, something that almost resembles the same thing that resides inside of you, or at least you think so. It has
Familiar.
like a somewhat weird eye in the middle, and it has like little tendrils, and it's still floating, and it's just kind of just hovering, and it's just kind of coming your direction.
Yeah, I put one and one together. Looking at that, looking at statues, looking at that. Statues, looking at the back of the statues. I think that's why they're statues. I'll turn around, go, and I go straight for Cass, and if I have enough movement, I would like to.
Yeah, you could get there.
I want to use using my momentum and my attacks. I want to teleport to the grapple.
Make an attack. Use your dexterity. Or
What
use
is-
your strength, because you're trying to pull it under to the ground. What's your dexterity saving throw?
Mine?
Yours. No.
No, what
What's-
is
what's-
Oh, my
what-
DC.
Yeah. What is your dexterity saving throw? So what's the adds on it?
Oh,
the bonfire?
Yeah. Sorry. Thank you. What'd you get?
it's
Me, strength saving throw or just strength check?
Just use your strength. Yeah.
Okay, got 23.
23. So you see as like the version of Cass, as she just shrugs you off. She just kind of turns it, and you just take her just down to the ground.
Okay. There he goes quick, beholder. Do I know it's a beholder? Can I say, do you have enough knowledge?
I think you actually found out it was a bowler.
I know that what's inside of me is a beholder,
Yeah.
but do I know enough that that's a beholder?
Yeah. I think it is. Let's see. Well, no, you'd be able to put 2 and 2 together.
Okay, that's
It's like,
right.
oh yeah, it has the same features. It has that. Blah, blah,
It
blah.
has the
I would
eye.
guess it's a beholder. Sure.
Yeah, it's a giant eye
Sure.
floating. Okay, cool. Make this quick, beholder. And I point. I kind of use my leg that's free, that's not grappling her, to kind of like point in the direction that the beholder's at, so they'll see it.
Uh huh.
So, and then I guess that will I'll use the rest of my turn to just keep her held in place.
All right.
Is a ghost considered an undead?
Yes.
Wait, the ghost or the panther? Is the panther undead?
The ghost is undead. You don't know if the panther is undead or not.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and she's gonna try and break free. Make a strength check.
Saving throw.
No,
She's
she's
trying
not
to
really
break
saving
mine.
now. What's your saving? Do you have a check? Do you have anything for strength?
For a saving throw?
No, just regular.
Just go +4.
+4. Okay, cool. What you got?
17.
17. She breaks free with an 18. So she just kind of, and then she gets up. Yeah, for movement. Come on. And she is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Opportunity attacks if you guys would like.
Yeah.
I would like to try and re-grapple her if I can.
As a reaction,
Can I trip her?
I would say that. I would allow that. I would see if you could do that. Go ahead and make a
Can I use
dexterity.
Can I use one of my key points to give myself advantage or something, or could
What would you be able to use that would give you advantage?
I can use flurry of blows?
And what does that do?
Kill her?
Essentially, I just like get to. I don't remember exactly what it is.
I think it's just an extra attack as a bonus action, isn't it?
Something like that, yeah. Like I get just extra attack. So
I'll say-
essentially I'd be using it more as like I'm gonna try and hit her legs. Enough
I'll say
to,
you
like,
get advantage for 2 key points.
advantage for 2 key points. No, I'd rather save it for other things.
You do get disadvantage on the attack because you're prone.
That's why it costs 2 key points. I'm a monk now. I'm part monk now. I should not be affected.
Oh shit.
That's not a good sound.
No, I'm not gonna use it for that. Check or saving throw?
Sure. No, you're making an attack, so it'd be you just check dexterity or roll a d20, add your dexterity modifier.
I got a 14.
What's your AC?
My AC? 19.
Nope. So you go to like, "Ugh!" and she just kind of jumps over it. Did you make an attack?
Yeah, I want to try to, like...
Grapple her?
Yeah. No, I mean, not grapple her, just put her in, like, a chokehold again, as she's getting up.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing that like 2 of us are pretty much on her and like she's getting out of this.
She rolled an 18 versus your 17. It's just all rolls. I'll say because you're standing up and you're seeing her get up.
Yeah.
Sure, go for it.
Alright.
Just a regular strength check.
Just regular strength?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your? Oh, it's +8, right? Your dexterity saving throw.
Alright, so... You said just strength, right?
She got 26. Does it beat that?
No.
I figured I'd just tell you if you beat it or not.
Yeah.
No. Alright. So, she pulls out, and she's making an attack on you, Baltimore. What's your attack? What's your attack modifier? 15 plus whatever your attack is.
Plus 10.
Plus 10, 25.
What? How? Plus 10?
You're talking about using her longbow? Or?
Yeah, she's using her bow.
Plus 10.
Wouldn't it be a disadvantage then? Because she's like within 5... Oh, no, because she ran all the way over there. Man, oh, fuck, yeah.
Hit. What's the damage? Is 1d10, right?
It's not.
That's a 10. Plus a 10.
Why?
What's your damage modifier?
Oh.
Plus
It's plus 8, so it'd be 18.
Okay.
She attacks again, because she has 2 attacks. Oh, that's a natural 1. As you just see her just kind of, and then it kind of looks almost strange as to what just happened. As that kind of happens, he kind of pulls back, and then he looks over at the hound, or not the hound, the panther, and the panther begins to look back. As for a second, you freeze in time. Cass, at first you're like looking through like your own vision, and then you see as it makes dead eye contact with this panther, and then something happens where you see as both of the spirits get forced out.
What do you mean?
like they're forced out of your bodies. Like leaves
Wait.
leaves the body.
So I know I can't do anything with my body like cast a spell or anything.
Let me finish.
You're
So
gonna-
you retake your body.
Yes.
You are locked in with this panther
Yes.
as time begins to slow down for you almost as the panther now just kind of turns its head. You're the one. As you now hear it in your head.
What?
And you begin almost to feel a very strong connection, more strong than you've ever felt, more stronger than you and Corvus. Where you almost like, you know, the way it tenses its body, what it might do, the way it turns its head, the way it might think. You hear certain things as it's thinking, as it's going through its head, almost trying to figure out, okay, what's going on, what just happened, I just found you. And we have ghosts.
So in response, I just say, and these are my friends. Wait, were you done?
No, please.
Sorry. I was just gonna say, and these are my friends. And can I like transfer those chrono points that we all used to have like back to the group?
Nope, they're not yours to give.
GG.
Do I see?
I don't
Like-
know if I have this.
But you do officially are connected to you're familiar with which is this dire panther, and it is part of your group. It takes its turn on your turn, and it has an action. It does have 2 attacks, and its movement as well. Its movement's only 30. I didn't have it drawn up, but we will get it drawn up and we'll talk about it a little bit more. It does have 1 special ability, Shadow Walk. It can use 3 times a day.
Why?
Why? You'll find out why. It's awesome.
No, it said wild.
Oh, so
Just like lit, fam.
I feel like
yeah, lit, fam.
I feel like this is the like song I was playing in the background whenever all the time stopped. Just the 2 of us.
yeah. That's kind of what happened. And you do know that this panther is male. It almost has the panther is almost like that color of Bagheera, like from Jungle Book, like that has like that dark.
Oh, the very dark and
Yeah,
the
like-
bright eyes.
Yeah. So, with that, whose turn was it? Oh, it was Cass's, but she forced it out. So now it's the ghost's turn. But you guys are both. Oh, it can try and recharge. It's nope. Figuring out what just happened. They are going.
Pissed.
5, 30. Okay. And Emerald, you're up.
So did I see the like 2
Nope.
of them look at each other?
Nope.
I'm
I
gonna see
did-
the ghost get forced out though.
Oh yeah, you saw the ghost get forced out of the panther though.
Goat.
The goat
Out of the panther?
out
Or
of the panther.
Cass?
You saw as it moved out of the panther.
And then a weird song started playing in the background for some reason. It was saying just the 2 of us, but there's definitely more than 2 people here.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm just gonna hold my action then, because if I can see a ghost coming out of this panther, I'm not really sure if it's still gonna attack. So I'll kind of just wait to see it attack.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. So you hold your action for the attacks. Baltimore,
Yeah.
you're up.
Baltimore's not here.
Uh,
My little pony will take his place.
So Twilight Sparkle is gonna shoot a rainbow.
and we don't have copyright stuff for that.
Okay,
A
so
road floats from the sky.
I'm gonna get a call from the My Little Pony office.
That's why I stopped the music.
Excuse you.
That's why I stopped the music. I was like, oh wait, copyright.
okay, so I see the ghost run away. Do I see that all the way back there in the corner shifting around? I don't see that. Okay, so I'm going to screw you. I'm healing myself. I'm at 8 life, So I'll just like take a couple steps, like I guess no, I guess I'll just walk towards Cass, just asking her in Elvish if she's okay.
Now you see it.
And then as I say that, and I see it, I just say, "Fucking run!" in Elvish.
What, the beholder or the spirit?
He sees the beholder
Oh.
looking like thing.
I genuinely yell, "Run!"
Now
Beholder.
you've
In Elvish.
you've seen a beholder before.
Yeah.
This one has very differences. Like you notice that its tentacles doesn't have eyes on them, but it does have the center eye.
So I just yell out, "There's a beholder over here! Let's run!" in Elvish. I was genuine though about
I ask in common. I say, "What is a beholder?"
death when you don't have a healer
What's inside of me?
in Elvish.
It's currently the owlbear's turn. What are you doing, Emerald?
The owlbear is going to head towards the beholder.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. I love the fact that this
okay.
is not me.
Um,
Baltimore. I love the fact that it is not me of all people. You can't even get mad.
the panther, you hear it is. What am I doing?
Wait, the panther says, what am I doing?
And he kind of he lurks up and he listens and he's like, "It's past time. Boxwell will be expecting me. I need to go."
Wait!
I can't leave this tree.
No,
I have to
you
take
can
back this
leave
tree.
now.
So you get this very distinctual feeling on the area in which he's in.
Okay, but like, there's a beholder right. I don't even see this.
Nope.
Does he just turn and run?
He begins to, yes.
Cass, who are you talking to?
The panther. He's one of us. Now. Oh.
Now, I'll.
Cassie runs
That
away.
doesn't sound weird. All right.
Right. Beholder's over there, by the way.
What's a beholder?
What's inside of me?
Actually, stop. I'm sorry. He runs, but he makes a mad dash and he enters the tree.
Like
Who
closing the
does?
door?
The
Like
wolf.
he just.
The panther. The panther. It runs into your tree. I mean, a tree.
What?
Alright, so, Rahun, you're up.
I
What was
guess
that
I'll
name? Can you
use-
repeat that name? Like you said?
Bosh.
Bashka. Wait.
I'm assuming you'll take half my movement to get up.
Yep.
Still have
45.
45 feet. Yeah. All my movement essentially. I see Emerald and the owlbear running towards the beholder.
Yeah. You can get right there, you get from.
I'll let the owlbear go first.
Oh, so you're gonna back up?
I'll back up a little bit.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Is there that little wall next to that guy?
Yeah, this wall. Yeah, there's a wall there.
I'll stealth behind that wall.
Okay.
Really see you. 15.
15. 15. So, okay, cool. And then Cass, you're up.
Emerald. Can we go into the tree too? Oh, he's on top of
Can we, what? What did she say?
it. Can we go into the tree?
I don't know. I haven't tried. I'm
I'm
coming.
gonna. Does it look like the panther just like straight disappeared in the street? I'm gonna take off after him and see if I can follow him to the tree.
Oh God.
Go! That's how you do it. No
this is 30.
familiar left
Are you
behind.
dashing?
Oh my god, she's gonna run straight into the tree.
I just wave her goodbye as she runs past me.
Okay. It's their turn. You see them. Emerald, you're up. What are you doing?
I'm gonna use my action and let the owlbear do a multi-attack on the beholder.
Alright, you're gonna hold your action? Is that what you're doing?
Well, I can't cast any spells on this, like, thing. Because, I can try, but I feel like it'd be failed because I tried before and the feathers prohibited it. So, should I just give it a try?
She would have seen. I just realized. Alright, is that what you're doing?
How close is the beholder to me?
Did you see how everybody ran? The beholder. How far is it?
Yeah.
25 feet.
From me?
Yep.
I'm gonna cast Call Lightning down on the,
Sure, what does it do?
Stormcloud appears in the shape of a cylinder that is 10 feet tall with a radius of 60 feet, centered on a point you can see 100 feet directly above you. It's 10-minute concentration spell, and each creature within 5 feet of the point that you decide must make a dexterity saving throw. 3d20 lightning damage.
I assume you're doing it right above him.
Yep.
And he has to make a saving throw?
Dexterity saving throw.
He got an 18.
Do you need my spell DC?
Yes.
17.
17, so he beats it. Does he take half damage?
Correct.
Alright, sounds good. No need to roll.
Okay.
As the lightning strikes down, you just see as he goes,
Oh, it's stone?
nope. It just like bursts into a bunch of like little particles in the air, and then it just kind of.
No, it wasn't real.
What?
It wasn't real.
Oh.
Do we seem like we're out of combat?
Yes. As
Okay.
this guy just.
I step out from behind the wall and I go, it was an illusion.
What the heck? What is going on? This forest.
Cass, you go run. You prep, or do you just run straight?
Go straight. Go straight. Go hard or go home.
You're running at the tree. You hit your head on it.
Oh no.
Ooh.
You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
I help her back up. Oh, that's nail. I help her back up.
Alright,
So-
so you guys are out of combat. You can do what you wish.
I walk up to Emerald, the giant owlbear, and I start inspecting the owlbear.
I'm also going to get down off the owlbear and attempt to speak with it.
Okay.
Do I need to cast that, or do I just make an attempt?
I'm just sitting walking
You
around
make the
it.
attempt. However, as you go to begin to talk, you notice that it's whatever vocal box would have been used is gone. There's
So I'm gonna pray to Gaia, and I'm gonna ask. Well, you would know better than I would, but is this owlbear the same owlbear that attacked my family eons ago?
as you say that, you begin to see as this tree in the middle that was once doing nothing now begins to shift and move. And all of a sudden roots begin to come out from the ground, just overlapping, just completely turning the terrain inside out. As you begin to hear, "My name is Bashpa. Come and feel my wrath!" As now all of a sudden you begin to see as like vines come down from the trees. As you start seeing just a bunch of massive different twigs intertwined to make what seems to be massive vines, almost like Whomping Willow style. As the beginning earth begins to just root up and just begins to just start crackling on one another, making their way towards you. What do you guys would like to do?
I am casting a wall of fire directly at all of those things right now.
Cool. Where? Just it's literally like making its way out from the center. Of
Essentially, the giant tree made its own legs.
I
It's
was
now
just
walking
saying it,
towards
like, the whole
us.
time.
Correct.
but-
I'm going to
I know.
cast a wall of fire at those roots and that tree.
You cast wall of fire and it almost gives energy to it as it now like uses the fire and like inflames on that one area as well. Are you guys just are you gonna let the roots take you?
No.
Alright,
Realizing that I'm not getting into this tree, I'm gonna turn around and run.
so you begin to run.
I tell Atreya to grab Cass and leave with Siegfried.
She's like already ahead of you. She's already trying to meet up with Cass to get the horses out.
Then I'm just gonna start running in that direction.
Start backing up to Amaral. I'm like, what do you want to do, bud?
I'm going down with a fight for this. This is my tree. So I will literally fight to the death to answer your question.
All right.
The owlbear turns and runs. So unless you're getting off.
I will literally fight to the death.
Boom!
Come on.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Seeing as how I haven't jumped off,
I thought
I'm
you
just
did
gonna
jump off.
stay
Didn't you
with
say
it.
that you
And
got
I,
down?
I say that at the same time as this owlbear is now turning back.
So what do you do?
I'm going with the owlbear.
Alright. We will fight to the death as you begin moving away. What are you doing?
I'm following Amaral.
Alright, so you guys begin to run away. I need dexterity saving throws from each of you.
Oh boy.
Man.
Well, I'd be within 5 feet of Atreya.
Yeah, I would say so. You can get yourself within 5 feet of her.
Okay.
Alright, what'd you get?
22.
22.
29.
29 natural.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
13.
13. Alright. 13? Alright, cool.
But I do have my boots of haste activated, if that helps.
Yeah, that does help. So, you guys end up just completely just running as you hear just all the roots intertwining, all the vines just starting to whip out and try and lash at you. Some of you even get pulled on your arm. You just shake it loose or force it loose, however you want to do it. And even though the owlbear is blind, it almost is an innate sense as it's moving. You see as you see some things will come, it'll just shift real quickly, or it'll jump over something that's really just almost very, very weird, almost as if it knows this terrain or it's been chased by this terrain. But you guys do make it out of an area as eventually the vines begin to stop, and you just hear coming from that area. Come and meet your doom. That's it.
So we all saved on the DC or whatever?
Yeah, you all saved on the DC. It was 12.
Do we?
Barely saved.
Alright, so you guys get back out to what seems to be still the darkened forest and whatnot, but at least out of harm's way. You guys are free to talk and do it with what you wish. As Cass, this is the first time you're getting to be able to address the team in its current state.
I'm gonna cast Pass on Trace again.
Sure.
This is the middle of the night, correct?
No.
Not really. It's more toward the afternoon.
Huh, okay. I'd say we all go back to this owlbear's den and take refuge there for.
Wait. We need to talk about some things.
Yes.
You're friends with the owl there? And this is
I-
your tree?
I don't look, you know as much as I do.
And I just had this connection with that panther. I looked at
Which
it.
is in the tree.
I looked at it, and it told me that I was the one. I know that sounds crazy.
Yeah.
I know that sounds crazy, but
You begin to hear as we're at now. Was once a bunch of screaming and moaning. It begins to die down as you hear the trees begin to just give way to the wind as it just bristles throughout the tree line.
I can sense this panther.
So, in Elvish, I say, We can answer these questions later. Right now, we need to find a place to rest.
Correct. And I think that, and I say this in common, is in the refuge of this owlbear's den. And I say to the feathers that I'm still holding and to this owlbear, please take us to your home.
So it begins to like look back and forth, and he like goes one way at one point, and then he kind of stops, shakes his head, and then he kind of keeps. Then he stops, and he's not really sure which way to go.
So in Elvish, I say that we can go to that little town that's not that far from here. Like, there's at least huts that we can stay in for the night.
True. Very true. Because I don't think this owlbear has a specific nesting spot. I think its home is this entire forest. But I agree, we should go there.
I can't hear anything.
Why are you creating Albert right now?
Because he's mad at me and doesn't want me to hear anything that he says.
So I say, okay, so I would know that.
Exactly, that's the point.
I would know that. We weren't. It wasn't that far away,
The whole point.
right? It wasn't that far away from.
Yeah, a couple minutes ride.
Yeah.
So on foot, like maybe less than an hour.
Yeah. So I just continue in Elvish and say, okay, well
You see this? I mean, that
the town is in that direction. We should go there. Oh,
And I-
Cass, if you're wondering what the town is, it's where I was raised. So yeah,
And
it's all in Rubble. Really fun. We should
Again,
go there.
in common, I say, okay, let's head to the town. So I'm now saying to the owlbear, follow the cleric. And I kind of just point towards Baltimore.
So he just kind of goes up by you, and then you see as he has like an arm on you, and he's just kind of like moving when you move.
When I move. Oh,
When Emerald moves, he can't see you.
isn't Emerald still on him though?
Yeah, I'm
He
still
said
on.
follow the clerk and
Yeah.
pointed at you. He
Yeah,
can't
no,
see you.
I understand that, but how you were saying, I'm saying, is the owlbear putting his arm on me or on Emerald?
Oh, are you still on him?
Yeah, that's.
Oh yeah, then he don't move.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, then I get down and I just leave the bear with
Okay,
me.
sure.
Yeah. So I start heading in that direction.
All right, so you start heading in that direction.
How big is the bear, by the way? I'm just curious.
Enough to take up 4 squares.
Do I know that I was possessed?
It's a
Is that
square.
a thing that you know after you
No, I'd say so. I mean, you're not you.
How big is a square?
About 5 feet. So he's about 10. He's big. He's about
Okay.
twice your size. How's that?
Oh, that's cool.
So you guys end up walking back. All of you walk back.
For whom?
Yeah.
Are you coming? I'm going to town.
I follow. I don't say.
You follow. You don't say anything. Cass, you going?
Hmm?
Are you going?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then Atreya's like, yeah, Atreya goes.
Yeah. And I'd imagine that, like, at this point, if Atreya's still on the horse, I'm just kind of leading, like, got it by the reins and just kind of walking it. And just
Sure.
petting
We're all
Siegfried.
together.
You begin to, after some time, you do get back to the tunnel and the huts and whatnot, and you're able to do with what you wish. It doesn't seem like there seems to be any threats at the moment.
Okay.
Find the sturdiest shot. Give 3 quick bangs to the side of the wall of it.
Sorry.
Sturdy. I go in. Shut the door behind me.
Shut the doors and just
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that's why I did 3 sturdy
on
hands
a wall. Yeah.
here. Like on a beam that I think would be like supporting
The door. You shut it and it crumbles.
Oh, the door itself.
Yeah.
I still stand there. Acting like it did its job, and I just turn around.
Okay.
And I just, nobody come in here. This is where I'm sleeping tonight.
Cool.
You know,
See,
there's only 2 that look to be sturdy enough to sleep in. He took one of them.
Is the other one my old? No.
Yours is.
When they leave, I want to go over to Urban's store and just knock on it.
There's no door.
There's
Okay. Well, just kind of knock on something, so I'm not like farting in his face.
you know.
I'm sharpening my axe.
I'm just gonna feed Siegfried some rations, like when we go to the second hut or whatever.
For the record, I'm really glad you're with us.
For the record, I'm Colonel in the throat. I'm secretly crying to myself. Everybody's picking on me. For the record, I was never mad at you. No, okay, yeah.
So while they're doing this, I'm gonna pray to Gaia and just ask her, what's the story of this owl bear, and who in God's name is Bashka?
You get no response.
None? Nothing even about the owl bear?
Mm-mm. You look up to, like, you know, you're still praying, you look up and you notice that there seems to be the cover of the trees that were intertwined seems to be completely black.
Wait, what? Whoa. Okay.
And then for the first time you notice that the light around you seems to be getting darker.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I take note of this, and I'm just gonna kind of like get to know the owl bear more. Just
Sure.
kinda,
You play around with it, you kind of let it move. It's cool.
Piece of his slush falls off.
Yeah.
Try to put it back on.
He's like, you're like, oh.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that.
So,
Yeah.
as I'm feeding slash
Go straight to my thighs.
petting it or grooming as best I can Siegfried, you know, like with the horse thing. I don't know if they have one that was in the pouch or not, but if not, I'll do the best I can with that. So as I'm doing it, I'm just gonna internally say, what was his name? Bashpa?
Bashpa.
Bashpa. I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna say, Kratos, does Bashpa any semblance or whatnot? You know who that is? He says no, or I have no response?
No.
Oh, he says no. Okay. Okay, cool. Just thought I'd ask, you know, since you seem to be so knowledgeable about things. Cool. Have a good nap. And then I'll ask Marlesh if, you know, any
No response.
no response from Marlesh.
Make a perception check. Is there any sounds at all?
No perception check needed. No sound.
No sound at all. I step out. Something's not right.
Nothing hasn't been right since the moment we stepped into this forest. What do you think's wrong?
I pick up something and I drop it. Does it make any noise when
Yeah.
it hits the ground? It does?
Yeah, yeah.
You heard that, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now just listen.
You hear nothing.
Deathly silent.
We're in a forest.
Yep.
Something's not right.
Well, either two things. Everything in this forest has died, or something's got a hold on this forest and it's quieted all movement, including growth and death. And I'm thinking it's my tree.
I think you're right. So what was that about not leaving without a fight?
Yeah, everyone looked a little bit tired, so I figured we'd be better off getting a little bit of rest before we try to take that demon on
Yeah,
again.
good speech, but the back.
Am I by him when he says that?
Oh no, you're over by the other one.
Okay. I go up to the owl bear and I start to investigate it some more and stuff. I make circles around and stuff like that.
It doesn't even seem to acknowledge that you're there.
Yeah. So, what's his name?
I don't know. I kind of ask the feathers, what's the name?
Why
No.
are you talking to those feathers, not him?
There seems to be some odd connection between my feathers and that owl bear, or at least I think. And I look at the feathers and I say to them, take a step forward. Does it do anything?
It does take a step forward.
I go, okay, now try that without sticking the feathers out.
So I drop the feathers. Are they still levitating?
I mean, they're clipped onto your side, so they just drop to your side.
Oh, but before you said that they were levitating, or they lifted up.
They
Lifted
lifted up.
up.
Yes.
Okay. So I like drop them, and I'm like, now take a step back.
Takes a step back.
Wild.
Yeah, you know, I was gonna let that keep going, but I figured, I owed you one, so
Yeah, thanks.
you're welcome.
Am I,
Sorry,
like-
your owlbear.
Yes, this is like I clearly like have some type of connection, but for the DM am I like now connected to
Nope.
this? Oh, okay, but I can control it.
Yeah.
Hey, bud, how you doing? If you're doing all right, lift up your wing. Nothing. I think he's not doing okay.
Yeah, it's undead.
Yeah. Is it? Can I touch it?
Sure, go ahead.
Can you let it know that I'm about to like come near it, so it doesn't freak out?
Owlbear. Should I give it a name? What name should I give it?
There you go.
Let me think about this. So I take a few moments and I like think, and I'm like, Hoover.
No.
Yes.
So you see as you see as these two are now like contemplating over this owlbear. Cass, what exactly are you doing? Are you just standing in front of where Rahun's shack was?
No, I'm gonna go over to Baltimore
Oh, okay.
and I'm gonna say,
Before she goes over, I am going to say that I would have casted tongues on Sig 3.
Sure.
So, just no, so you come over.
thanks for coming to find me.
Oh, I have something for you, by the way. This is Siegfried, also. I gestured to the horse.
Secret?
He just
He's able to speak.
doesn't want to.
Oh.
Is this the only
That's
horse?
still a natural
Is
horse
this the
thing to
only
do.
one out of the 4 that we have in
Uh,
town?
well, I mean, when the sounds I don't know what Emerald did with his. He was on a horse, but I don't know what happened with his. But yeah, this is the last one I guess left. He's the only one. I kind of like give him a pat of like acknowledgement. He's like he's the only one that stuck around so far. It's been pretty good. So as I'm like,
It's all in Elvish.
Well, at least we have
Yes.
one horse.
and all this is in Elvish.
Are you both talking in Elvish?
I'm talking Elvish.
Are you talking?
I started in common, but since he was responding in Elvish, I'll talk back in Elvish.
Okay.
Do I
Because
hear all
you would know that that's disrespectful to him.
Oh, then.
But he's not by us.
I thought he wasn't.
No,
really
he's not.
nearby.
I'm just curious. I'm just
No, my intent
letting it flow.
was to come over and have a conversation.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Baltimore
You guys are
anyway,
separated. Yeah.
So as I'm like talking to her about Siegfried and like I start going through the pouch, I kind of pull out this pair of boots and I said, "Here, I think these will probably help you a lot more than they'll help me."
Where'd you get these?
When we left Totola, right? Yeah, when we left that place.
That last word for sure. That last word for sure.
Yeah, it was hard to try to give them away.
That last word
last
for
word.
sure.
So, I think.
Oh, they do require it to. Right?
Should I write that on here?
Probably.
Sorry.
Terrible.
But if it doesn't say it, doesn't count.
They just say.
Never said how long it lasts.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I pet the owl.
Go ahead.
in all seriousness, though, you really should drop some of the anger towards Rahun. We did do wrong by him, and he has a right to be angry.
That's right. She wasn't here for like.
Oh, but she made a point to watch it though.
I watched. I just don't want this group to be split up.
I haven't split from the people I see as my group.
Ooh, burn.
You guys, let them talk.
What specifically did Rahun do to you to make you so angry?
It's not about what he. This is all in Elvish.
Yeah, I believe it.
It isn't about what he did to me. It's about what he tried to do to everyone else. Me and Rahun had an unsaid arrangement that we would have our conversations with action more than with words, because that's how him and I both understood things. He came and attacked me, that's fine, I had no issue with that. But he raised his axe against the rest of the party. That I won't attest to. I won't stand by. He is not anyone that I see as a party member. So I will not help him in any venture. The only reason that I haven't left right now is because I remember that we still signed some of us still signed a contract into killing a dragon. I'm still here just to ensure that that contract gets settled.
Yeah, well, what if we all disagree with you? What are you willing to sacrifice over your feud?
What do you mean disagree with me? Everybody disagrees with me right now. I don't care. I'm not here for Emerald. I'm not here for him. I'm not here for anybody other than to ensure that the contract gets dealt with. That is the bottom line right now. After the contract is fulfilled and everybody still wants to follow the dwarf, then by all means, go for it. But I won't. I understand that I may have done things towards the group, but I didn't do them consciously myself. The dwarf consciously took his axe towards Emerald.
Is that what you're really mad about?
Yes.
Or is
Like
it,
I said,
Or is it other history between?
No, it is that factor alone. If he would have hit me, if he could have killed me, and I would have understood and would have held no resentment against him. But he raised his axe to everyone else. He threatened the lives of everybody else. My sister, you, even Emerald. He threatened everyone's life, and you all still wished to do it. It would have been different if he was possessed by something else, but he wasn't. He was himself and consciously did it. And even now, he continues to do things that are jeopardizing people's lives. Without a care, less of a care than he had before. Yeah, we all came together to find you, but I didn't follow him to find you. I found you to ensure that you were safe. And currently, I'm sticking together with everybody to make sure that our contract is fulfilled.
Well, we need every one of us to make that happen.
Hence why I'm still here.
Are you sure you're not mad about him having killed? I forget his name. The guy that raised you?
You didn't kill him. Mortem? Yeah, right. The dwarf could never kill him. He's not dead. No. He just
Don't
vanished.
you guys have some other history?
As far as what?
Don't lie to me.
Stupid odds.
I know there's more to the story.
There's-
I don't believe that I think that this whole situation was just the tipping point, but I don't believe that this is what's making you throw in the towel on your companionship with Rahun. I don't believe that for a second.
I don't care what you believe or don't believe, because that's the truth.
Okay, well then, I
He
want
put-
you to know that just as much as I don't give up on you, I'm not going to give up on Rahun because I still see him as every bit of a party member as you are.
Go for it. I'm just letting you know that I don't. Hence why I will speak nothing else but Elvish.
Well,
because if you look at everybody else in our party, we are of elvish descent, and yet we have one measly dwarf with us. So clearly, we are the master race in this scenario, and we should just stay with our own kind.
Baltimore.
Because I'm Native American.
Hey, I want to let it go.
Baltimore. I'm not even going to talk about. I'm not even going to go there with you. I respect your decision to be mad and not want to patch things up, and I apologize for coming in here making it sound like you should just push it all under the rug. But let's just focus on the mission at hand. And I just need you to know that I don't agree.
Okay. As I turn to Siegfried and I continue to pet him.
Okay. Are there any? Is it late? Are there any trees nearby? I'm gonna go hang up a hammock in a tree and I'm gonna sleep.
So you get over to the tree and then you look up. You don't see
For
any.
real?
You don't see any branches for at least a good 100.
How wide is the tree? Can I like?
About 15 feet.
How many hours left in the day? Like
Between 4 and 3.
till the end, till night, or like till the end of
Till
like
midnight.
till midnight.
Oh, there's some trees nearby.
Oh wow. So it's
Yeah,
what,
yeah,
8
they
p.m.
were
right
still
now?
in the
Yeah.
Golden Forest, so
Like
so
8:30.
imagine that. You see all those clusters
Yeah.
of trees right there on that.
Yes. Sorry.
So I'm gonna find two.
That's how I do math, everybody.
Good. I'm just gonna find two trees that are close enough that I can sling up a hammock
What-
between the two, and I'm gonna sleep.
How long is your hammock?
I don't freaking know. I have rope. I have 100 feet of rope. So
Yeah, okay, that'll work.
as long as there's two trees relatively close to each other, I can rig something up.
Yeah, that works.
I continue petting the owlbear. Does chunks of him fall off?
No. Unless you like deliberately try to like pull
No.
stuff out.
I'm assuming though it's still blind, so I want to just start reminiscing a little bit about the time in the gobletory and stuff, and start playing with my like bear totem and stuff. And we're not calling him Hoover.
Oh, I'm absolutely calling him.
We're
Hoover.
not calling him Hoover.
So wait, are
You-
they all in a hut together?
No, they're all outside,
Oh.
like in the middle of the area, like around this owlbear.
So I just yell over to Emerald
Yeah.
and Elvish, and I say it's about 8:30 at night. So if you're gonna sleep, you should probably get some soon.
Very true. I'll take first watch, and I say that in common.
All right. I'll just tie Siegfried up. Like, actually, is it big enough for him to walk inside? Is the hut big enough?
No.
No.
I'll say no.
So I mean, I'm still talking to him in with the tongue spell, or whatever. I say, are you okay to sleep out here tonight?
Yes.
Okay. We're gonna get some rest. You did really good today. So I'm gonna I'll walk inside. I'm assuming that Atreya's probably inside too. So I did right before I go in. I say, in Elvish, say, Emerald, I'll take second watch.
Okay, you take second watch, and I say this in common, and then I call out to Cass. Cass, you take third, and then Rahun, you could take fourth, or Atreya can, if we get that far.
I just
I roll over.
take this thing. Does this owlbear have like a hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it actually has like
Its
claws.
paws.
Yeah, its paws and stuff.
Talons.
I'm like, I know you can't see, bud, but like, maybe this helps. And I put his hand against my bear totem and stuff, and was like, we'll get you back to your normal self one day. And sleep tight, Frederick.
No, don't you dare.
I'll go over to my shack and pretend to close the non-existent door. Let's say.
Sure. Just
Good night.
Good
So,
night.
when I walk in and I go to lay down, I tell Trey, I'm like, all right, so I'm taking second watch. I'm waking you up for third.
Okay.
Okay, I go to sleep.
Why take first watch?
Before you go to bed, Atreya says she agrees with Cass.
I roll over and act like I didn't
Sure.
even hear it.
Just because we all know she would. Yeah, we all know that.
What's it, Cass?
Oh no!
That's the end of our stream, guys.
That's it, guys.
Ba-da-ba-ba.
You're experiencing technical difficulties.
This is what happens.
I like lose out on that hole.
Yeah, it just closed.
Wow. I'm back. Come on, Velcro. There you go. Alright, cool. So, so who's got first watch?
I do.
Alright. Everybody go to sleep?
I try to sit down, meditate for a second before I go to bed, and I go, all right, can either of you guys hear me talking to the things that might be inside the beholder? No response. All right, I take out my sphere, I look at it. You got anything to say? What my ass. Put it away. Go to sleep. Or actually, I'll stare at it until I pass out. Until I can't fight sleep anymore. Still just trying to figure it out.
Cool.
Really mostly just trying to figure out what it's made of.
Can't tell.
I know. That's why I think I would be spending most of my time doing it.
Sure.
Stare at it.
Emerald, you going to sleep?
No, I'm taking first watch.
Oh, yeah, you're going first watch. And Marvel will ask.
You go to
Cass,
sleep?
you go to
Yep.
sleep? Atreya went to sleep. Alright, everybody's asleep.
Except
So,
for me.
Emerald, as the somewhat night progresses to move forward,
Mhm.
you still can't help shaking this eerie silence that everybody seems to be talking about. Now it's just dead quiet. I want you to.
I'm gonna pray to my God as like throughout the night, like occasionally, just like see if I get anything from it.
Sure. Nothing. As you keep going throughout the night, I want you to make a perception check for me.
Okay.
Not even a try. Just like, nope, nothing.
24.
Damn, that's good. In the far distance, you begin to hear some rustling.
How far are we talking?
Far distance, probably. You wouldn't be able to put feet onto it.
Okay.
So it's not humanoid. Just
It's just rustling.
Yep.
can't put feet on it. Maybe it has fins.
So I continue.
But it is getting louder.
Getting louder. So I let like maybe 5-10 minutes go by, and it's just continuing to get closer. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I go and I wake up the others. How many hours in is this? This is not even like a
5 minutes.
short rest. Is it?
I'd say probably about 3 hours in.
God. So I go and I wake up the others and I say, hey, get up, something's coming to us.
Where's Frederick? Is he okay?
Do you mean Hoover? Yes, he's fine, thank you.
I mean Frederick.
Yes, Hoover's doing well. Get up.
So you wake up everyone?
Yes.
So you begin to wake, everybody wakes up? Yeah?
Yeah, get up.
So you guys all begin to hear the rustling as it doesn't seem to be stopping in any way, shape, or form. And
I believe.
What?
I say out loud to the group, I think it's the tree.
Or it's the panther. You know.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Man,
Who?
can I make a stealth?
Sure.
26.
26?
Yeah.
Natural one. I fall on my face.
Natural 1. Yeah, you're like, "Ugh," and you just like, you're like, "Ugh," and you hit like your head. You're like, oh, wait, no, that didn't work. As for you though, you begin to look out and you begin to notice that there seems to be a figure, humanoid, that seems to be roaming from tree to tree.
But does he have feet?
Enclosed, yeah, he has feet. I said humanoid, so that includes 2 feet. However, you know that he has, like, you see that this individual has a long, what looks to be wardrobe, robe look like, and it has a hood, and the hood very much blends in with its surroundings.
Do I sense any type of familiarity with this individual?
Do I see this? Or do I feel some type of familiarity?
So
Now.
in Elvish, I'll point this figure out
Okay.
to the group.
So you point him out. I want everybody to make perception checks.
I pointed out. I'm saying it in Elvish though.
But you're still.
Oh yeah, sorry. So you wouldn't know to look.
Yeah.
Can I make a perception check to see what they're all looking at?
It would
Because
be after.
I would assume.
It would
that
be
all,
after they all make,
Yeah.
because they're all gonna do this number.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I would go based on. I would be like, what are they all looking at? And I would look in that direction.
23.
23.
Would they get advantage because I'm telling where this.
Sure,
individual
get
is?
advantage. Go ahead. I like it.
Um,
20. That was with advantage? What'd you get, Emerald?
23. But that, should I do advantage or?
Yes, do advantage.
Okay, sorry. Oh, 27.
27. So,
Yes.
Emerald, you do see it, and yes, it is very familiar to you. You don't see it.
What's the familiarity? Do I need to do a history?
You kind of know that cloak. Like, you're kind of like, I'm pretty sure I've seen that cloak somewhere before.
In my distant past.
Maybe. And then all of a sudden yeah, go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna say, I say out to the group, I know that
No
cloak.
advantage.
No, there's cop on the card. It doesn't matter. I got like a 3, so I'm not.
Oh.
My head's still hurting.
Yeah.
I say to the group, I think I know that cloak, and like knowing my own personal history and what my parents have told me.
What cloak?
Huh?
What cloak? What are you talking about? What?
The cloak, there's a figure out in the distance.
Where?
As you're saying that, all of a sudden the wrestling stops.
I look over in the
And it
direction
becomes
that he's
dead
pointing.
quiet again.
I look over in the direction that he's pointing.
I mean, my eyes haven't left that person.
Then make another perception check.
Okay.
I think it's the source.
23.
Lost it.
So what happened? So because like I didn't.
Like you look at it, and as it like goes to a tree, all of a sudden you don't see it move. So,
Can I make a perception check?
like
Like
you
it
just
goes
lose
behind
it.
a tree and then it just no longer comes out off the other
You
side.
lose it, but you see it move to a tree, and then you hear it rustling, and you're like trying to look for it, but it's almost like, you ever seen like one of those pictures that is just camouflaged so well you're like having a hard time looking at it?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that,
Okay.
and you just lose it.
Can I do a perception check?
Sure.
Well, I would say I'd lose it. So.
I lost it, Dove.
12.
12. Nope, you definitely don't.
So I continue to say, well, that
I don't
cloak,
know what you're talking about.
And then it goes dead silent again.
that cloak that I was talking about, and I'm just talking over Rahun at this point, I believe it's the same cloak that attacked my parents during the night of my birth. And I think
Is it
I-
attacking now?
I think it belongs to the sorcerer which once rode upon this owlbear. And I point at Hoover.
You mean Frederick?
I point at Hoover, and I say Hoover.
Frederick.
As you say Hoover, the owlbear begins to get up, and then he just kind of stops and he looks in the direction that you all are looking, and then just bolts straight into the forest.
Bye, Frederick.
I follow Hoover.
Can I try to roll an insight check if allowed, just to see if understand that I can't see like an expression necessarily like via his eyes because he doesn't have any or whatnot, but if his manner was like an aggressive nature of dashing.
make an insight check. I'm gonna say with disadvantage because you have no history with this animal whatsoever.
As I'm running, I say to Hoover via the feathers, stop, just to see if it stops.
Okay. So with disadvantage, 22.
22. You know, in the way it's running, it's determined to get to that point, but you don't know if it's going to be aggressive or not.
So in Elvish, I say, well, Hoover was pretty determined at that moment. I don't know where he's going.
And I yell out stop to the feathers and to Hoover.
It goes,
Oh no.
Bye, Frederick.
and then after some time, you hear him stop. And then you hear some rustling again.
Cass.
Hmm?
I think I'm gonna go back to sleep.
Okay.
Go back to
Still
sleep.
groggy.
Yeah.
So you go back to sleep. You go back to sleep. What are you doing?
Yeah, as he says this, I'm so groggy, still trying. I can't say anything, so I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, what, you go back to bed too?
Well, no, I'm awake, but I'm not like doing
So you're staying
I'm
awake.
still sitting awake.
I mean, how long did we actually sleep for?
3 hours.
3 hours. I mean, I still need rest. Like, I'm hurting, so.
So you go to sleep?
Yeah. I mean, I go back to that hut.
Cool. Alright, so sleep. You're staying awake?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah? And Atreya is going to stay awake. So you guys
Wait,
go back to
if Atreya's gonna stay awake, then I'm not gonna go to sleep.
I'll be fine being the only person.
I assume that she was also going back to sleep. Okay, if she's not going back to sleep, then I'm staying up.
Alright, so you stay up. Everybody's staying up except for Rahun, who's going to sleep. After some
8
time
hours.
goes by, probably about 20 minutes or so, is anybody going to go to sleep after 20 minutes?
I'm just looking at Atreya.
Alright, so at the end of the 20 minutes, you begin to see as the owlbear begins to crest the forest once again. However, there seems to be an individual riding on his back. You notice the cloak, and the cloak is covering his face and all. However, you do see a massive white beard that kind of comes down over the cloak. As he kind of comes, he stops about 15 feet away from everyone, and he goes, "Quite bold. I thought I taught you better than that." As he lifts his head, you notice that it's your father, Emerald.
What?
He's like, "This is very unsafe." As we will end there for tonight.
What the heck?
So, we appreciate you guys staying tuned, enjoying that little fight. It didn't go as the way as expected, but you know that's how D&D rolls. So, D&D rolls, get it? So, anyway, we will be back at regular hours next week, 9 to 11. We appreciate you guys coming in. Like us on Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. Message our players and whatnot. But we will see you next week here on Epic Interactions. You guys keep it epic. Bye.
See ya.